GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Merlin Car Auctions, with 2 car auctions weekly, Tuesday and Friday mornings at 10:30. See merlin.ie.
I hadn't started. Well, I'm glad you got that in.
I got it in again there now. You can imagine I'm not feeling very fantastic today. Why would I? What have I got to be happy about?
What are you shouting about?
Ah! Fucking sick, Jim. Ah!
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, jeez. It is typical, isn't it? We're not in tomorrow. We're recording this on a day before we'd normally record it because we're heading off because I have to do this job. Because I have a job, you know. While Jom heads up onto the woods and pulls the plum off the tree there and does whatever he wants to do while we're away. And of course he feels fantastic.
You make it sound like it's a chore.
It is a chore.
It's just because people constantly ask you to go and do jobs and things, and that is
still a chore.
They want to throw money at you.
They don't want to throw money at me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you.
Let's get PJ Gallagher involved here in this new adventurous television show.
They don't want to throw money at me. Are you mad? I'm a chronically underpaid person in demand. Well, but besides, like, you know, I can't say much about what I'm going to do, but say I would rather iron my testicles and then be doing what I'm doing in the current form that I am currently in.
Yes,
is to put it very mildly, and especially it'll kill me now while I'll be, you know, in the mood to be ironing testicles while Jim is off enjoying pinticlets and having the time of his life. I
mean, because the thing is, you have been. I mean, look,
and I'm sick.
We always used to. That's what I was going to say. We always used to go on about how, you know, you did have your fair share. Like if you had to do a scan, you know, like it started with your dodgy feet.
It started with the diggy feet, yeah.
Diggy feet all those years ago.
And then it went straight to the top to the ears.
Well, no, it did go through the waterworks on the way up.
Oh, no, it fell back down.
There was a spell there for a while.
It went from the feet to the ears, and from the ears it fell down to the willy. That was a urinary thing, which we got mended, which was very embarrassing because Jim had to come with me and everything. That was, and then...
But the weird thing is that kind of... But as a general rule, you know, especially when, as we said many times, there was a time when you were like fighting fit.
Oh, there was, yeah. Oh, that's long gone. I gave up on that because I was fighting fit, very, very dashing. And, you know, I was doing everything I needed to do to be, you know, a handsome, healthy, middle-aged man. You know, and you know, all of that. But it used to drive me mad because I would still have doses like I have today. Sick. But then,
but
Jim McCabe, who
I don't remember you being, like, in our early days working together, I don't remember you coming in with the dreaded lurgy a lot.
No, not the lurgy.
Now it never leaves you. It's a surprise when you come in not hungry.
That's true, yeah. But you know something, you see... I'm hoping to get you sick at least once because you never do.
I feel something coming on me now, actually, now that you mention it.
Jim never looks after himself. Jim never ever looks after himself. Mr. Sneaky Burger McDade over here doesn't give a shit. He has the time of his life most of the time, and he never misses a day. He never comes in sick. He might come in and say, I'm not feeling the best. I think there might be something coming on, and then he'll hold his breath, count to 12 and go, and it's gone. And there's not a bother on him.
Oh, I tell you.
So you are really the figure of health.
You don't know the up at dawn soul-sucking siege of my life.
That's me, though. He's talking about. That's not his illnesses.
Yeah, I do hate being sick now. I know every man kind of falls into this category, but I am a shit patient. I really do I hate the world when I'm sick.
Yeah, but you're never sick. Like, that's the problem.
I do have me moments. I don't burden you with it, PJ. I don't lay my weary kind of, you know, troubles upon your shoulders.
Well, you should, because it would cheer me up. And like, you also just like, you never sort of miss day. You're never so sick you'd miss anything, you know. Whereas I miss all kinds of things. I miss enjoyable things even. You know, never mind.
Illness. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually.
I've missed parties, and I've missed holidays, and I've missed,
Illness comes on with you, similar to your own approach to life. We've often said this before, you do like to go in two-footed.
Yeah, that is very true.
You don't sort of, it's never a question of, you know, where angels fear to tread or whatever it is. It's like, it's literally, I've decided that's it, and I'm going in two-footed, whether it's verbally, physically, whatever it happens to be.
True.
And illness kind of hits you like that as well.
It's the same, yeah. Like you come in and, like I said, you go, God, I'm not feeling great. Hold your breath, count to 10, do a fart. Oh, that's it, it's gone. And you're grand. I went out of here one day and I didn't come back for 3 months. I was hospitalised for 3 months.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not a laughing matter. Don't be laughing at that.
Oh,
right?
it's definitely a laughing matter because like it happened, and what's
I'll
worse.
tell you something. I was been sick then.
You were sick there, but he was giving out to me. Well, are you ready or whatever? Because I'll tell you something.
I'm dying of death in there.
This is very tough on me.
Yeah, I'm having a shit time at the moment, and you're in there.
I know you're
people looking after you.
You're in the mental hospital with a whole team of people looking after you. I'm out here trying to get by.
And this place is full of.
And I have to say, and this place is definitely could do with more balance than what you have. And that was and like you never missed a day, even then.
The stress I was under. Unbelievable.
Oh, that is true though. At the end of it, I was really
I actually wanted to do a swap at the end of it.
Yeah.
Will you come? I'll nip in there.
That should have happened.
Give us your room for a few weeks.
That should have happened because not only was I in the hospital having the time of my life actually in the last
playing bingo and winning smart,
going for walks and playing big and having all the cracking lovely food. I was on but you see at the time I genuinely really enjoyed my last 3-4 weeks there. I really did. And Jim was sitting here and I was telling Jim don't tell anyone. He says he had to come on and lie to everybody. So not only was he suffering more outside the hospital than I was inside the hospital, I was able to say anything I wanted to. I literally had teams of people who were employed and paid to listen to my problems, and people were ringing into Jim going, "Where's that fucking tick? What's going on?" And Jim was like, I don't know.
When's he coming back? The show is brutal without him.
And I don't know.
Carmen laughed.
Yeah, and I was in there going, I was in the mental hospital saying, I'm grand, but I think poor old Jim's having a very tough time. But he hasn't time to come into you. Because he has to keep the show on the road.
I had to persuade him will you? I don't know. I think I might need another few weeks, Jim. Yeah. No, you don't. You don't. You're grand. I'm talking to you now. You're grand. Come on.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know. Maybe I'll go and spend a few nights in your house first to get reacquainted. You can stay on the couch. I'll be fine in your bed.
Oh, bad.
So
I suppose the other thing is now, fatherhood has hit you hard.
It has. Now that's a big thing.
And that's
it has eliminated my ability to be a human being.
A lot of parents will understand that, especially recent parents,
especially old bastards like me.
It's like the sudden, because it does. It is. That's what the bit they never tell you about parenthood. It is an attack on your physical system. Because sleep is gone for that's gone. Like for about 18 years, and you know what I mean. And your energy levels are required to go up. By the time your sleep is going down. You never really get a proper meal.
Never.
Because it's in between.
It's whatever's left over. You're eating shite off the floor. That day.
I don't know if you have to resort to that.
Oh, that's what happens. You end up eating out shite off the floor, or a sliced pan because you realise you've left it too late to go to the shop.
And the thing about it is, a lot of people take on parenthood, at a point in their life where they might consider themselves in their prime.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They might be in their 20s, 30s, something like that.
Yes. No.
You chose to do it a bit later on.
I'm fucking 50, man. And I've got 2 at the same time.
That's the other thing. Most people, dip their toe. We'll have 1. See how we get on with it.
I know, yeah. I know. 2 for 1. In 2. The bing, bing.
Yeah,
it's
again,
a winner.
In your style, in 2
footers.
Give us 2 of them. I'll take them all.
Give us 1 of each. Like having twins, a boy and a girl, it's like walking into a restaurant. It really is. And they say red or white wine. Bottle of each.
Yeah.
Bottle of each for the table. And it leaves you just as fucked. It is absolutely it's exactly what it's like. It's exactly what it's indulgence. It's absolute indulgence, know. And it does it really does drain your soul, I start thinking of revenge and all. I think about taking revenge on them, the children.
Yes,
revenge. I'm not even joking.
I'm not even 3.
I'm going to take revenge. When they're 16, I am pissing my pants in the park in front of both of them and say to them,
sort that out.
Now, what are you going to do about it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, because I had to do it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Guess what I had to do many, many times, And
mind you, the one thing to be fair to you is, in fairness when it comes to being ill, you do soldier on.
Well, do I?
Well, yeah. I mean, in fairness.
He's running away for 3 months, and then he says, fair play to you for soldiering on.
I'm saying with your physical illnesses.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's times I wish you'd ever feck off and just go home and lie down.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
No, there's, in fairness to you, you won't kind of go, oh, no, God, I can't. You'll come in.
I'll always come in.
You'll always make sure
home.
that everybody else knows you're in fucking bits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I will. Yeah. I know, and I don't mean it. I honestly don't mean.
Jim. Jim, listen, anyway.
I know.
Jim.
I know. I don't mean to be so melodramatic. I really don't mean it. But it does happen. I come in, and because sometimes I think I don't feel great, I should probably not go in, but I go, no, I must not live Captain Jim on his own on the sinking ship. I must go down on the ship with him. So I come in, and then obviously I've made the effort. I'm on the motorbike, whatever, and then I start to get worse, and then it turns into, woe is me, this pain that comes upon me may take my life. Every breath is like a spike coming into my bottom. Every job.
Wow, I don't. Whoa, what Shakespeare play was that from?
The rise and fall of my chest feels like the weight of 4 wrestlers pounding upon my beating sternum. I cannot feel the throbbing of my feet is like the torture of a gangster putting concrete shoes on me before I am thrown needlessly into the Liffey, so I drown at the bottom of a pit in the dark waters.
Yeah.
And then Jim's like...
So as you see, he feels getting a little bit melodramatic about his ailments.
And then Jim would be like, "Go on home, honestly, we'll be grand without you. We'll survive. We might pre-record one of the links." And I'd be like, pre-record. What a testament to the lie that could be.
To be fair, I'd rather you were here operating at 20%. Actually, that's a push. 6 or 7%.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always say as well, because you see, when Jim is never out, right? He's never ever out, right? He had to leave a couple of times. Like, he's literally missed days because there was deaths in his family, right?
Yeah.
And for 3 deaths in his family, he missed 1 day. And then
actually, now,
I think that is true.
Is it?
I think it is.
They very conveniently popped it at weekends.
Oh no, no. It's true. It is. Do you know, there was 3 deaths I can think of.
Right.
It was 3, I think, and you missed 2 days. So someone didn't get a day. Because I think you could still finish here and get there. And then there was one you had to go to England. And then I think, no, I beg your pardon, there was 3 days for 3 deaths. So it takes 3 people to die for Jim to take days off. And then there was a nose job.
It wasn't a nose job. Well, it was a sinus operation.
The nasal passage cleansing that he had to do. And they're the only days. And I will say, those 4 days were the toughest days of my life. I wish I was sick. Because, I think what Jim was getting at, I hate to give a man a compliment, but Jim McCabe running at 5% with a stuffed nose and even a death in the family is still... running at 10% is still 100% better than leaving me with some other sweaty person who doesn't know their way around my sense of humour, Jim. My sense of humour is a very delicate thing that needs to be handled well by a conductor of great skill.
People don't understand about it. It is an unusual dynamic, this show.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily easy to step into it sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
We obviously we're blessed with many, many very professional, very talented people around this building.
I've never met anyone like that.
But sometimes they're not available. And sometimes somebody else maybe who might, have a loose attachment to the building in some capacity might have to, be forced into it.
Well, what I've learned very much about radio is there has to be a dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And so putting, much like sport, you can put Dean Rock and another football player together, and they can do great things. But if you put a hurler and a footballer together, all of a sudden there's a great mismatch, a terrible confusion, and 2 people who are quite good at what they do are suddenly at odds and ends about what should be done, what's right, how it should be done, and the referee runs away.
To be fair to you, I think, all those years ago, you did point out, now listen, if it's a radio show you want... I wouldn't be into that.
I wouldn't think I'd be the person for you. I do remember saying that to a boss one time.
So in fairness, for somebody who comes in, maybe who knows how to do radio, proper radio, you know what I mean? The way it's supposed to be done.
Yes.
The professional version.
That person wouldn't like me very much.
They don't realise that's not really the requirement here. You know the way occasionally we come across people who they want us to do it right. And you go, no.
And you're like, no,
that's not it at all.
Yeah, I don't do this right. For instance, we play a birthday game every morning for those that may know. And what happens is somebody reads out, a man called Jim, you may have heard of him, he reads out names of...
The mad part about that is I literally thought for a minute he'd forgotten how we're like. That's me doing that.
Oh yes, sorry.
That's you reading them out.
I fucking knew his face from somewhere. So he reads out names of celebrities, and I guessed them. Most of that game is not about whether the age is right or who the celebrity is. In fact, it very rarely is. The game is, Jim knows I know very little about anything. So he's found a way to show me up. So I have to say, who's that? I get confused very, very often. I try my best. I fail miserably. Therein lies the humour.
Yeah. And it's very entertaining.
As someone completely out of their depth.
The better you do in that game, the less entertaining it is.
And that's always been the way. So the whole idea is someone is completely out of their depth, trying over and over again and failing without ever learning to change their tactics. A fool and his lack of experience.
It's literally like some others do up.
It is. But that's the point. It's this impossible thing to make someone as you. And every so often it works. And that's it. And we had someone else come in to play the game. And they said, I don't know. They said, they said Ricky Rodriguez, and I don't know who that is. And he panicked and went, well, I was told that you would just run with. I don't know what happens here. I'm sorry. I should have ran this past.
I didn't pick that.
I didn't pick it. I was of the understanding that you knew who these people would be. I was like, no one gives you shit. Like, this is on the radio. I said, I don't know. That's
it's fine. That's okay.
Don't worry about it. Me getting this wrong. That's the bit. I'm trying my best. He was like, I know, but I thought you'd know. I said, no.
Yeah.
No. The humanity of it is I'm doing my best and I'm getting it wrong. And he was like, oh yeah, but no, if I wouldn't have asked you if you didn't know who they were. If I had known you didn't know who they were. And he started sweating profusely.
The poor man was having a small breakdown.
Yeah. And then I'm on the radio going, are you all right? And he's like, I just didn't know. I'm like, calm down.
Let it go.
Calm down. It's just Ricky Rodriguez. Whoever he is. I don't know if he's a singer or a magician or what he is, but just calm down, will you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's like this.
Whereas Jim just goes, Ricky Rodriguez, you big tick.
It has happened in the past as well. You know, one of the other great features we have on the show is the Friday thing. You know what I mean? We do this thing on a Friday. And again, very much the essence of that is similar.
In fairness, it is exactly the same in a different dynamic. It's somebody completely out of their depth. Someone who can't speak very well, doesn't know the right words for things, also who can't cook, and tries to cook according to a video or a recipe or something we've been given.
Tries to replicate something that, we think would be a good thing for you to potentially, or you might enjoy, or whatever.
And but instead of encouragement, Jim slags and slates and makes it as difficult as possible.
No. I do point out the differences between it and the original plan.
And what a chef may do. Right. Yeah, fair enough.
But that's all.
No, that's all.
But again, it's very much, if that was to work, it'd be a bit of a rubbish feature. It'd be just cooking on the radio.
And nobody cares about cooking on the radio.
It's the failure that makes it so entertaining. But some people get very uptight.
We've had people working on the show and it's like, oh my God. Remember we had someone here going,
I showed you and I got you the thing. It doesn't matter.
You've forgotten the cheese. Fuck the cheese. And they're like, I think it's going to burn. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Should we preheat the... Don't be... What are you talking
Will we just have a little check to make sure it's not burning in the air fryer? I'm there. Would you just have a little check in a different room for anything? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If this place goes on fire, that's a bonus, not a bad thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm doing my best. It probably will fail. Everyone will think that's hilarious. And then you leave it at that and you go, but you won't be able to eat. We won't get a good picture for social media of the food. Fuck out. Get the fuck out. Had enough of this. You don't get it. And that's fine. You don't get it.
It's very entertaining. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you could consider this a podcast, a masterclass in the production of anti-radio.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
that's what we are.
If you don't get that, I don't get what's going on, then you don't get the show. Okay? And if you don't get that, Jim does get what's going on, and would be a lot better off if I wasn't here, then you don't get the show. And if you don't get either of those things, then you're just like me, and you have to say what's going on.
They're going to hire you for the next GloryDaze conference.
Imagine giving a speech. Who here knows what's going on? Hands up, please. Right, all yous. Get the fuck out.
GloryDaze. The best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Merlin Car Auctions. Save thousands when you buy your next car at trade prices with merlincarauctions.ie. Radio Nova.
Anyway, right, on to the birthdays today. Not a bad bunch for you today. I think you could do well on this. We'll start at the movies as we often do. Matt Dillon is celebrating his birthday today.
Yeah, I like him.
He's very much man of the moment, isn't he? Seems to be everywhere.
Is he?
Well, yeah, because isn't he?
I was just going to say I haven't seen him in ages.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just seems to crop up on it. Him and Ben Affleck. Just seem to constantly be on my timeline. Anything I flick through, they're there doing some sort of podcast or interview.
Are they?
Something's going on. I don't know. I know they're mates. Obviously, they're really tight mates because they grew up literally within doors.
Hold on, are you saying Matt Damon or Matt Dillon?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Matt Damon.
I had a feeling you were thinking that.
Oh, yeah, no, Matt Dillon's the other guy.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought you'd lost your mallets there for a minute.
That's right, yeah.
Wait
God,
a
I wouldn't have put him in. He's not even famous enough.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. It's not me that confused someone in this game for a change.
Wow. Look at that.
That's amazing.
You know I had very little sleep.
Yeah, no, Matt Dillon is Rumblefish.
Ah, yeah.
You know, all of those movies. And
much harder looking dude than Matt Damon.
Yeah, definitely. And he was The Outsiders originally back in the day.
Right.
Remember The Outsiders? What a great movie that was.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I'm less interested in him now because he's not Matt Damon, really. And we don't get to talk about Doc, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the only reason I put him in.
I know. And we definitely know if he'd been to Dalkey because they would never mention it.
They would never mention
the fact that they never stopped mentioning it, yeah.
Mind you, to be fair to Matt Dillon, Oscar nominated for that movie Crash.
Yes. That's the weird movie, where did you?
Yeah, there's loads of them and all their stories all sort of, isn't it? It's all sort of different stories all wrapped up in one film, isn't it?
Is that what it is? Yeah, because there's a movie called Crash.
Don Cheadle and all in that?
I don't know. There's a movie called Crash that's very unusual also.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and I don't think it's the one that he's in. The one where people get all randy when they see car crashes and everything. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that one. It's a very different version of it.
You'd probably like it. I'm going to say...
right, now that we've established I got it wrong and it's not Matt Damon, it is Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon, yes, so I don't know. Matt Dillon's maybe 62, is he?
Yes, he is.
Ah, look at that.
Yes, he is.
Look at that. Thank you very much.
Matt Dillon, 62. Right, no mistaking this guy, John Travolta.
John Travolta, oh yeah, God, yeah. What do you even say about him?
Wow.
I mean, he played a teenager when he was about 37 years old in Greece. And then, of course, all the Saturday Night Fevers and the whole lot.
Well, the Saturday Night Fever was the one that was his breakthrough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was and like he, you know. I assume he was a dancer, obviously.
He was a dancer.
Opted into becoming an actor.
Yeah, I think he was one of those trained back in the day when an actor had to be everything. You know, you had to be able to sing, you had to be able to dance, you had to be able to act, you had to be able to... They taught you how to smoke a cigarette and everything, you know.
And ride a horse.
Yeah, you had to do everything, you know. Before, when it was just like avoid the furniture and that sort of stuff.
But in fairness to him, like, you know, I don't know if you would have predicted the career he would have had when you start off in movies like Saturday Night Fever in Greece. Although Saturday Night Fever, in fairness, I suppose, of the time was a good movie.
Yeah, well, I suppose it was considered cool at the time. The 70s was a very funny point of what was considered cool or not cool.
Well, it must have been a weird thing to cast him, though, in Greece.
Yeah.
You know, he was going to be was it even, it was high school or was it college?
High school, I think,
whatever.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
And
they were all of them were like in their 40s or something.
Like Olivia Newton-John had already had a career. Like she was a well-established artist.
She was divorced a couple of times, I'd say, at that point.
Quite possibly.
And then next thing, they're all playing these high school kids. It was very unusual.
You don't like that movie. I like that movie.
No, I don't like that movie.
You don't like
everything
it
about it weirds me.
But I was going to say, to be fair to him, like Pulp Fiction and stuff, he did some good stuff then.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Pulp Fiction's amazing. But he's part of the whole Scientology thing with Tom Cruise and all that business and everything. And he flies his own plane and all. Has his own airport in his back garden. You know you're doing well when you have your own airport in your back garden.
Exactly.
You know, that's incredible wealth. Like.
Still a nightmare trying to get through security, though.
Yeah.
God, oh
imagine that. It's me.
I live here.
Yeah.
That's my plane.
Oh, I'm very sorry. We're gonna.
No, just you have to take your belt off.
Can you get?
What am I taking my belt off for?
Because we need you to get into the nip scanner. So I'm gonna say he's 71.
Oh my God. 72.
Fart.
72 for John. Now here's a throwback. Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd from Moonlighting with Bruce Willis.
That's the one.
Oh God, what did she else go on to do? She did loads of stuff. But that was our big one. That was our breakthrough role.
Which?
Moonlighting. That was our big TV show. The whole will they, won't they, can they, can't they, would they, wouldn't they, and then it went on for so long no one cared. They were like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Was she not fairly well established before Moonlighting, no?
Was she maybe?
I thought maybe she was around. I mean, she appeared in Taxi Driver.
Did she?
Yeah.
Was she as a regular?
How do you mean as a regular?
Like, was she a regular feature of the taxi driving show or no? of the taxi driving show. Was she a regular feature of the taxi driving
Is
show?
Taxi Driver not a movie, no? The famous movie?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought you meant Taxi with Danny DeVito. You know the one that was on all the time?
No, sorry, no, Taxi Driver.
Oh, Taxi Driver.
The cool movie.
Yeah.
With whichever the other one is. What is it, De Niro or Pacino?
Honestly,
De Niro,
that is the most overrated loads of nonsense, that movie.
Which one?
Taxi Driver.
I haven't seen that fully.
You're
Do you
looking
know,
at me.
I have to say,
You're looking at me.
I tried to watch Raging Bull.
Another one that's just completely like,
I
what's
really
the
struggled.
fuss about?
I was really trying to get, the whole black and white
What
thing. And
is the fuss
I was
about?
really trying to get into it. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't really get it.
Nobody...
I know they're acting and everything, but it's not that good.
I know, it isn't. Like, it really isn't. And Taxi Driver's the same. It's like, people talk about it like it was one of the greatest
Is Taxi
films.
Driver the whole kind of, you're looking at me?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, that's the
That's
taxi?
it, yeah. Do you look at me? Can you still look at me? I'm going to be looking at you if you're looking at me. And just driving around in a mood.
Right.
It's just... I don't
Maybe
get.
you had to be there.
Yeah, but like... Nobody...
Anyway,
yeah.
Sybil Shepherd, though.
Sybil Shepherd,
Apparently
though,
was in
brilliant.
it.
And she was in Murphy Brown.
Murphy
She was
Brown.
in Murphy Brown. Do you remember that? That was a good old show. I'm going to say she's
Murphy Brown.
74.
Not bad, 76.
Yeah.
76, Sybil Shepherd. Right, that's the movies done and dusted. On to the music. Well, actually, I don't even know if you can say onto the music with this one, but anyway. Yoko Ono is celebrating her birthday.
Yoko Ono!
Yeah, is celebrating her
Jeepers.
birthday
A
today.
controversial figure if ever there was one.
Absolutely. Was she the reason the Beatles broke up? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? And we'll never know. We do know that she tried her best to ruin music for a while.
Yeah,
You know.
it was. She's described as Japanese singer and artist, and obviously, wife of John Lennon or whatever. But my God, I mean,
That video when she's on
Some of
stage and Paul McCartney has to go like do the whole neck slashy thing to turn her mic off because she's just wailing and everything. Wow. And some of the mad poetry and the art gallery video where she just makes loads of weird noises and very strange individual. Very strange individual.
it's kind of unusual. Like when you've that much kind of confidence in your stuff.
Yeah. Like no.
Wow, how
Yeah.
do you get that?
I don't know what you do for an inch of it, for a millimetre. of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a shy retiring type.
No,
But compared to that
you're going to
level
go
of-
around wailing and doing sort of.
And-
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a genius piece of art, Sell
That's-
yourself as a genius artist.
And I'm sorry, if you weren't John Lennon's missus,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Would anybody take your wailing or your thing seriously?
No, you'd be very seriously medicated at the point. Any normal person.
There'd be questions being asked.
Any normal person, they'd be just like, come on, we can help you, or if you had good people around you. And trust me, I know all about it. As somebody who
'Cause
was wailing.
You never even got to the wailing stage, really.
No, thank God, because I had good people around me. Not people who encouraged me to go to art galleries and have those problems.
Have an exhibition.
Yes, exactly. So,
Right, now, she's no spring chucking.
no.
Chucking.
she's no spring chucking.
She's certainly no spring chucking.
She's no sprung chucking.
No.
I'm going to say she's 84 now.
93.
No way.
I know, I was shocked by that myself. 93.
I am very
Yoko
surprised
Ono.
by that.
Right, bit more up to date. No, maybe not that much, but anyway, Dr. Dre, not one necessarily for the
Man,
nomination.
these are all very interesting people today.
Dr. Dre, I mean, look at in many ways one of the sort of serious godfathers of that whole kind of like.
It's sort of he was the sort of inspiration for Eminem as well.
A lot, yeah.
You know-
I mean, quoted by as an inspiration or what do you call it? Inspiration will do.
Yeah, that'll
for
do.
a lot of them.
A
you know.
real
And then, of course,
legend of the game and
Again,
whatever.
a man who had an unbelievable career, right? Music, obviously, producer and performer and everything and all that, and then just has a nice little side hustle where he makes a set of headphones and makes absolute stunk.
More than he ever did from his music.
Ridiculous. $3 billion, they reckon, something like that.
It's
that was
incredible, yeah.
that's years ago.
Yeah. Years and years ago.
Like,
And
it's
they're
probably
still
way
selling
more than that
for
now.
mad money. And still no better than a lot of other headphones for half the price.
Have you ever had a set?
No, I haven't. No. So
They're
there's
all
me.
mad-
So I'm
mad-
actually not qualified to even say that. That's
all
just
mad
me
expensive.
being bitter because I never had a set. But yeah, Dr. Dre, he's 64. He's 64.
61.
Ah.
61. But still, look at you've one in the bag, and there's two more to go, and they're two sporting ones.
Right.
And
So what you're telling me is I'm goosed.
No, I think you're going to do very well, right? Because you'll know both of these for different reasons will be relatively close to your heart. Two footballers to finish. The first Roberto Baggio.
Oh, Baggio. God, I loved Baggio.
The divine ponytail himself. And the second, not quite as sexy, Gary Neville.
Gary Neville, definitely not as sexy as Roberto Baggio. Definitely not.
So you got the great Roberto Baggio, who was what was his? Was he? He wasn't. He was
Inter Milan. Inter Milan was his big club, and his crazy perm with the ponytail in it, and of course him not ruining, but missing the penalty in the World Cup and all that. That's
the only Italian player, it says here, to ever score in 3 World Cups.
Yeah, absolutely. But people remember the miss. That's the problem, isn't it?
Baggio was because there was Roberto Baggio and there was Dino Baggio as well.
Dino was Parma. Yeah, he was the other side, and he was the more sort of classic good looks. The Lego head haircut on him.
Yeah.
Whereas Roberto was the flair,
Yeah. He was more your style, really, because there was a certain young Michael Bolton about him.
There was, you're right. He looked like, he would definitely be able to sing, Definitely had that about him.
He was very cool, though.
He
very
was.
cool.
And
Gary Neville, for all of the stick, I mean, he's really winding me up a lot lately because he's a negative sod.
Yeah, he's really hard to take at the moment.
But at the time, you know what I mean? And in fairness, a man who does probably underestimate his own ability, like he's a plethora of trophies and whatever, and he doesn't even give himself much credit for being.
That's true. He's so negative, he doesn't even like himself anymore. It's very like Jim McCabe.
I knew it was going there.
Very like Jim McCabe. You two lads have really get on.
So there we have it, right?
They can swap the leathering sticks they use on themselves. So Roberto Baggio. Roberto Baggio is 57.
59.
Fart. And what's his name? Rusty Neville. Gary Neville is.
What was the Neville sisters? Wasn't it the United players?
That's right. Yeah, the Neville sisters. Him and Phil. Yeah.
There was something about being. There was some other nickname as well. Not Busy. Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I got to say he's 52.
51!
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
Holiday season, I suppose, for a lot of people. Well, we kind of said that it doesn't exist anymore. People go on holidays throughout the year. There's not really that sort of summer holiday block.
No, people
anymore.
There's winter breaks and then the summer getaways and all this sort of stuff. Yeah,
but a lot of people kind of, for you and I think we'd be very much your hotel kind of thing, wouldn't we? Yeah, we like the idea of being waited on.
Served.
Exactly. But a lot of people do prefer the kind of home away from home idea.
They do. They love going to a villa. Rent out a little villa and somewhere by the sea or just up on an out a hill and sort of look after yourself with the food a little bit. Find somewhere you can lounge around luxuriously without the interruptions.
A lot of people feel it's a bit more privacy, maybe.
They do. They like, and they bring the old black pudding and sausages out of the suitcase and all that sort of carry on. And then villa owners, they have to deal with the feedback they get from these people.
Oh, right, yeah, because I suppose, of course, they're rentals.
Was everything okay for you? How did things go for you? Sometimes now they have comment cards you fill out before you leave, or you send an email, they send you an email, how was your experience? Because they want to get a better rating going forward.
Yeah.
But you can't please everybody. Oh,
really?
Yeah. So villa owners were asked, what sort of complaints did you get? And my God, people are just, like they said, the sea around your villa was particularly salty. You should do something about it.
Wow.
And they were like, excuse me, the house was okay? Well, it was all right, yeah.
Yeah, but the sea was very
salty. Whatever it is about where your house is, the salt in the sea. I mean, it was like clumps, coming down his head. Yeah, you can see it on the skin of the children and everything.
Oh, my God.
And they were like, okay, we'll look into it, I suppose. Another person said, your wine glasses are so big, I got atrociously drunk.
Brilliant.
What a complaint that is. Talk about not taking responsibility for anything yourself.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Have you seen the size of the glasses?
Jerry, they were like buckets.
I had one. One I had.
I thought maybe the wine bottle was small and the glass was average.
I just assumed my hands had shrunk having come out of the sea.
Unbelievable.
And that's why it looked so big.
It's absolutely outrageous. I think actually it was maybe the saltiness of the sea that just dried.
That's what it was. I was so thirsty.
Isn't it mad?
I was so thirsty.
Yeah, it's absolutely outrageous. Yeah,
that is the maddest.
I got atrociously drunk using your glasses. It's ridiculous.
You should look into that.
You should really sort it out,
People want to try to drink responsibly.
If I had an accident drunk, I'd have sued you for it. One person said everything was fine, but there were so many coat hangers, I just didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't have nearly enough clothes for them. And they were taking up so much space.
You made me feel inferior. I hadn't sufficient clothing to fill your hangers.
Isn't that remarkable?
Imagine being absent. So I just got. Oh God, look at the amount of hangers. I'm never going to be able to fill them.
I'm off.
What am I going to do now?
It's after giving me anxiety, and I have to go out and buy a load of clothes now. What choice do I have?
Too many coat hangers.
Oh yeah, and that's not even
what
nearly...
a complaint.
Wait to hear the next couple, right? One person said, when I eat with my knife and fork at home, the forks have 4 prongs. I was disappointed that yours only had 3.
What a staggering letdown.
Yeah, it was staggering. It's 3. It just...
Did the 3 prongs work? Well, yes, but I mean, they're not as effective as 4
It's just
prongs.
different, isn't it? I don't know why. And then someone actually said, only one complaint, your rooms were so clean they made us feel slightly uncomfortable. Isn't that just unreal? Coming in,
uncomfortable in a clean room.
We were coming back from the beach with sands and everything, and we just had the feeling that, we were wrecking the place, and it's kind of unfair. The place was so clean. So clean.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Imagine that in a TripAdvisor review or something.
Yeah.
Too clean for me now. Much too clean for me.
Way too clean. Yeah.
I like a bit of grime.
Yeah. And then they said the aircon was too cold. You're just like, what do you want? Like, what do you actually want? Turn it up. I get this. This is my favourite of the whole lot. Someone says, I don't know what's going on around your house, but the seagulls are so much louder there than the ones we have at home. And then it goes on. Like somebody said, it's too dark at night there. I couldn't see anything. Couldn't see the hand in front of my face.
Too dark.
In a villa. So basically, this is someone who lives in a city, went on a holiday, and then it got dark and they went, this is outrageous.
Like your famous line from many years ago, like looking into a shoe.
Like looking into a shoe, you can't see anything. It's ridiculous.
That's, by the way, for anybody who's in any way recent to PJ and Jim, PJ told a story once about going to stay with his cousins.
Yeah, in the country, yeah.
Right? And his line was, it was so dark. It was like looking into a shoe.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I said that particular thing, but you do know what I mean.
Oh, not really. I haven't looked at,
Well, try it sometime.
I've looked at a shoe, and I suppose I've looked inside maybe to check the size or something.
You stick it over your eye like that, and you can't see anything.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but there you go.
Anyway, so too dark.
Yeah. And then this is brilliant as well. We'd never have even gone to your house if we had known it was that hot outside it. There should have been a warning. Like, it's Spain. It's the south of Spain. Wow. What on earth? I should have been a warning. There is a warning. You went to Spain in the summer.
So now we've had too hot,
to go to the sun,
too dark, and the sea was too salty.
Yes, and too clean.
And they're the responsibility of the villa owner.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
And not enough prongs on the forks in the house. That's remarkable, isn't it?
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, me chips were kind of...
they
were all over the shop.
I was trying to pick up 6 chips at once, and your fork was ridiculous. I was supposed to have 5 is all I could get on. It was nearly... I was
starving.
I nearly stuck myself in the leg with it. That would have been your fault too.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Merlin Car Auctions. With 2 car auctions weekly, Tuesday and Friday mornings at 10:30. See merlin.ie.
Whenever we're talking about kind of jobs or whatever, or jobs of your dreams, your dream job, whatever it might be, a lot of people, those things crop up and you get surveys about them and, what the most popular dream job would be. Or
we get
whatever.
them all the time in here, yeah.
But what would it be, though, if your job was in your dreams? As in, it didn't even exist.
I tell you, it's a slow news day when you see this as a headline. It asks people, what fictional place would you like to work in more than the one you're in now?
Incredible. And so literally, it's like...
You would imagine people would just say, I'm not taking part in this survey.
What non-existent thing would you like to aspire to?
Thousands of people said, my dream job is, right? My dream job. And then they say, I just wanted to work in the chocolate factory with Willy Wonka. That's what I wanted.
Wow.
That's all they like. People still dream in their adulthood, into their 50s, into their 60s. People are sitting in their car, going to work right now thinking...
wanting to be an Oompa Loompa.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe a Charlie, who inherits the factory at the end and watches all the other kids fall into this
I don't think there's nothing wrong with being an Oompa Loompa. I mean,
There's nothing
struggle
wrong
with the
with
orange
it.
thing a bit, but
It's nothing wrong with it, but I think they're aspiring to be higher up the management chain. If you know what I'm talking
I
about.
suppose, yeah, that would be. But although, as you say, you know, when you've gotten to, if you're in your 50s or whatever, and you're still thinking,
Yeah.
I would have loved it. I tell you, I could have done some wonders with that chocolate factory.
Yeah. And then
I'd have made it work, you know.
But you're right, you know, Jim, because people are more grounded. Some people say, no, I wouldn't aim that high. I'd like to work in the Queen Vic in EastEnders. I think I'd be a very good person there. I know everyone by name already.
Wow. This
is the reasoning. I know everyone by name.
These aren't just barmen. These are anybody.
Not just anyone.
They just want to work in the Queen Vic.
Or the Woolpack in Emmerdale. They said they take one or the other, yeah. They take one or the other, no problem.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Even Moe's Tavern, which doesn't exist, which is a cartoon.
Yeah, you mean even the physical set doesn't exist?
Even the physical set, it's just like, yeah, I'd work there. Me and Barney would get on. I'd give him a few drinks. We'd shoot the breeze. You know, have a few whatever the beer is called. And
I
duffs.
wasn't expecting that now at all.
It's gas, isn't it?
I thought it'd be much higher than. I mean, whatever the Willy Wonka thing, I get.
There's a lot of
the
bars.
pub in EastEnders, though.
Yeah, the Rovers Return. There's loads of pubs in it.
Wow,
loads of pubs.
They just think these a load of people who don't have a decent local themselves.
I guess it is, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it really is, and it's like.
Is there any other mad ones? So there's been no sort of nobody turned around and said, "Oh, I'd like to have worked on the Starship Enterprise or something," or the.
No, they didn't, and that was it. They could pick anything they wanted, you know. Yeah. Nobody did say the Enterprise or Battlestar Galactica, if anyone even remembers what that is, or even Zoran's Millionaire Industries from one of the James Bond movies where you could be a genius criminal. No,
or work for the lad that what's his name, Knight Rider worked for,
exactly,
or whatever. Or,
yeah,
you know.
nobody picked them. They're saying Trotters Trading. One person said. Trotters.
You'd love to work for Del Boy and Rodney.
You'd love to sell watches at a market or whatever robbed gear they have that week.
This is not going the way I expected
Not
this
really.
at all. Wow, aim higher, people, will you?
Yeah, even people, and genuinely quite a lot. Like, you're talking like 8% of people said Krusty Krab's Diner and SpongeBob SquarePants. Talk about being stuck watching TV with your kid for too long every day. That you're sitting there and the kids are going nuts. SpongeBob is on, and you're just looking at Krusty Krabs going, what I wouldn't do to be there now.
Yeah, to be having a Krusty burger.
And then you get people who just don't even understand the question.
I was just going to say, I wonder how many people they had to say, no, it's fictional. That's a real place.
Yeah. Well, that's happened. Remember, we worked with a woman and we said Estonia. Someone was going to Estonia and she goes, that's not a real place. And we were like, what? And she goes, no, that's where the Baron lives in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
That's
and
true.
We were like,
I know he can be prone to exaggeration sometimes, but I did witness that myself. That is actually true. That was a girl that many years ago worked here.
And we were like, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, that's the Baron von whatever
she
his
thought
name.
Estonia was a made-up name.
We're like, it's not, and that's not even the country that's in the movie.
Yeah.
She was there.
Well, you could just imagine somebody turning around going, oh, I'll tell you, I'd love to work at Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Well, for a start, hang on a second. For a start, it's real. And the other thing is, it's a prison.
I mean,
but they were all there. All the greats were there.
Everyone
Clint
was
Eastwood.
Al Pacino. They were all locked in there.
Yeah. Come on, you meet them all in there, I tell you. Sean Connery and all. He was there.
Big Bird or the Birdman or whatever they called him.
Big Bird. Actually, Sesame Street would have been a deadly one as well.
Sesame Street, that's it. It's gas, isn't it? It really is. And it just shows that no matter what age you are, you never do stop the fantasy, you know.
Yeah.
You never do.
What would yours be? Although, having said that, I mean, you've actually already got a mention. Somebody said my dream job would be PJs, because it doesn't exist. It's also fictional.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it's the work element.
Oh, yes.
The work
this
element
job.
is fictional, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
What would yours be? What would be your fictional kind of aspiration?
You know that I love Ted Lasso. I'd love to work for Richmond. You know?
Yeah.
No matter what you do in there, it always ends up okay. You know, like much like this job, there's not a huge expectation.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
If you're en route to work at the moment, right, you're battling through the conditions to get yourself to work, or maybe you're in work or whatever it happens to be, okay? A lot of things to watch out for at work. And one of them might come as a bit of a surprise.
Yes, you have to be careful what you share with your workmates. You have to be careful. Work is not friendship. You have to remember that. There is a line. Even work friends are still a friend of a particular variety, which is why it never goes well when you introduce your work friends to your real friends. Jim knows this only too well. Every time he's introduced me to someone, they've never spoken to him again. So Career Builder have put together a list of 10 things you should never share in the workplace, right?
Right.
Now, number one, I have to disagree with this. Your medical history is number one. Honestly, I have never stopped talking about my ailments. And the fact that I went missing for 3 months over a certain medical episode.
Wow. That's extraordinary. So you're not literally... Huge chunks of this show have been based around the idea of your dicky feet.
Yes.
Your issue that time with your waterworks.
That's right.
Your eyes, your ears.
Yes.
And we haven't even begun to deal with the other things.
The other things, yes. The episodes. Never mind your nose job that you had done.
I never had a nose job.
Well,
it was a sinus.
Oh, sorry. The clearance. The plumbing issue. The facial plumbing. That had to be done. Wow. I think it's important you share these things to take the taboo and the things off them. You know what I mean?
Actually, Joe, something. Speaking of it, what did you say? Medical things, health things.
Any medical history they say.
Actually, I must say hello, just in case she happens to be listening. Anya Egan, a morning to you. She listens to the show and she listens to the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And she heard on the podcast that I remember I was telling you about the time I got the food poisoning.
Yes.
And I was violently ill.
You were violently ill. You told me all about it in great detail. Humongous.
We talked about it on the podcast or whatever. And she actually took. She works with Yvonne, you know. And she kind of took her to task over not having told her before. So there you go. Some people like a bit of health sharing information. Well, she wanted to know, why am I only hearing about it on the podcast? Why didn't I hear about it in person?
A woman you barely know, you're not related to, you don't hang out with, you don't work with, and you meet maybe never, is suddenly going, and I never heard anything about Jim's particular ailments. I have to find that out on the radio of some sort.
I'm just saying, maybe people have an interest in it. You know, maybe maybe it's not considered oversharing. Maybe there's actual concern, empathy. PJ
sounds like a bit of a gossip, if you ask me. Sounds like someone who can't mind her own business. And I tell you something, gossip is another one they say. Keep your business to yourself. Mind your own nose. Don't be talking about people and don't be listening. Walk away when you hear other people doing it about other people.
Yeah, but you see, we all say that, and that's been time immemorial. It's been gossiping. You know, it's no good for you. Avoid the gossip. Yeah. We all get into it then.
That's true.
We all get into it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, well, that's true. But we do it with microphones on, which I think is slightly different. So it's not behind anyone's back.
Far from it.
They're not behind anyone's back. I mean, everyone's quite obvious. It's queer that both of us would rather not talk to anybody. In any workplace. And then they also say your love life, they say the tip here is your love life is interesting to you. It is not as interesting to anyone else as it is to you. Once again, going back on the gossip comment that Jim made, I beg to differ.
Right.
We love a bit of salacious, juicy what's going on in your love life in the workplace.
And especially
if it's two people in the workplace together.
Yeah, and especially also if it's not going well. That's when it gets really entertaining. Yeah. It's all very well somebody saying, oh yes, Annie was lovely, it was great, it was fantastic, oh God, what a great night, whatever. But if wait till I tell you, it turns out that he has this weird habit of, that's when it gets good.
Like, tell me about that. What is it?
Exactly.
But what do you mean exactly now? Don't leave out any details. And does he be in the nip and all? No way. And it's in the bath, is it?
So it sounds to me like we're disagreeing with a lot of this kind of
I think so, yeah.
Advice.
I think so. Then also salary information is what they say. Don't bring up your salary information with your workmates. Yeah. Do not discuss your salary.
Because I tell you, trust me, you'll be embarrassed because you'll find out that everybody else is earning more than you do. And trust me, it's a terrible thing to find out that the people you're working with, you know what I mean, some of which don't even do as much work as you do, are all earning way more money than you are. It's a shocking thing.
I know.
You don't be doing that. It'll backfire on you.
I'm telling you, it's really awful what an undeserved reputation can do for a person. That is a fact.
So here's the story, right? The survey was basically things that you're not supposed to talk about in work. You shouldn't discuss in work. And we've had your health. We've had your gossiping.
Yes.
What was the other one? There was something else. Salary.
Yeah, your salary. And then they also say, your privilege. Do not rub your privilege in other people's faces in the workplace. That's what they say,
Privilege?
Yes, so don't be honking on in to work and doing the whole, jabers, I'm after getting the new car I was talking about. It's absolutely wonderful. Have to say, I had a wonderful night out last night. Me and Margarita had a huge bottle of champagne gifted to us by the Lord of Slane. And
right.
How is the insulation coming on in the shed, Jim? Are you still sleeping in it?
Wow.
You know, just don't play it down, especially in Ireland. You don't be carrying on telling everyone how wonderful things are, you know, or especially when you play it like something's gone wrong, you know. Can't believe
that is a kind of an Irish thing, though, isn't it?
Yes.
There probably are other places where celebrating if you've had success would be seen as a good thing.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's like, oh, that big head on you.
Yeah. And you can't, even if you play it down, you have to play it down right.
Oh, yeah.
You can't play it down by saying, I couldn't believe it, I got into the car today and she's after throwing her truffle wrappers around the Jaguar. I was like, do you know how much it's going to cost me to get Jerry to clean that? You know, you can't be doing it like that. It has to be, you know.
Yeah. It's like I remember working in a place once, and I remember a lad telling me that he knew this fella. He used to say, you know, he'd be looking for a shirt, right? In his house, he'd be looking for a shirt. But it'd be like, whatever his wife's name was, you know, whatever. Jeanette, have you seen my Louis Farrow?
There you go, now.
Like, could you not? I said the blue one. No.
Yeah, what's in that?
Have you seen my Louis Farrow with the button-down collar?
Yeah, the blue short, you mean?
Do you mean the blue one?
Well, yes, it is blue, but I just like to be more distinct.
So you were saying avoid that kind of carry on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, avoid all that. That's exactly what to do. So like play it. So yeah, exactly. In the workplace, I can't believe I'm actually getting a hole in my Louis Theroux. You know,
Louis Theroux.
Well, what did you say?
Well, I said Louis Farrow, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Louis Theroux, he's a very good documentary maker.
I got a hole in this shirt that was gifted to me by a documentary maker from the BBC.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain like you've never seen before.
There's Yoko telling you what's going on.
Happy birthday, Yoko Ono. What a wonderful tune that is.